amidst all of the lumens. Give me the power of candela to solve the darkest dilemma and make the darkness run away. I go out of my way, finding lights every day. Always a hopping online, finding more to make mine. Watching my learning drain away. All the niche emitters and sounds for beginners, from warm blue to intense bright white. How many do I need? Enough to completely dominate the night. I go out of my way, finding lights every day. Always a hopping online, finding more to make mine, and watching my money drain away. All the niche emitters and sounds for beginners.
Well, happy days. A new package from Olight has arrived, and I'm excited, man. I am super excited. Now, we are just outside of the sales that they were doing. So this isn't about, hey, jump on this right now while it's on sale. Sale's done, sale's over. But I still had to show this to you because I think this may be one of the slickest looks that the Arkfeld Pro has undergone. Now, if you go back a ways on my channel, a couple of years when the Arkfeld first came out in the Pro Series, I had shown you the Dragon, and then I showed you the Racing Stripes. Then I showed you the Snowflake, and I think there may have been another one in there somewhere. Oh yeah, the Ultra. Now, there is the Stars and Stripes. And this is obviously because the latest sale has come and gone just before Independence Day. So you may be looking at this and going, kind of ironic that a Chinese-made flashlight's got the American flag motif going on there. Well, that's fine. We all like to buy patriotic things from time to time. They may not always actually be made in America. And this is one of those cases. I mean, I can go through a store and show you tag by tag by tag actual American flags that when you look at the tag, it says made in Indonesia, made in China, made in Vietnam. So it's just another one of those products where, yes, it has an American motif, but it's not made in America. Get over it. The reason why I have this, and the reason why I've gone through multiple Arkfeld Pros, is because I really love flat-bodied flashlights. And I really love the Arkfeld in particular. Now, when the Arkfeld first came out, and this predates my time of collecting them, and let me see if I recall this correctly, it was just the white light and a laser. Or was it no, yeah, it was a white light and a laser. And then they added the UV light. So now you have, here's laser, white light, UV. Now it really has become the most useful light that it possibly can be. And in this form factor, this slim carry profile, it makes it so easy to carry a high-powered flashlight all day long without feeling encumbered in any way, shape, or form. You don't have this big, round, tubular body sitting in your pocket, taking up room, yet you still got a blasting 1,300 lumens. That's quite a lot. And that's running at 2,608 candela at that maximum output. So you've got a fair amount of candela. I'm not going to say it's great. It's fair. Let's go ahead and get this bad boy out. Now, I have already opened it because, as you can tell, the Arkfeld Pro is one of my favorite lights, so I wanted to pull it out immediately and start playing with it. So I've taken it out of its little plastic sleeve. The README is just letting you know that this is on lock. So when you get it and hit the button and it doesn't turn on, you're not freaked out. Let me go ahead and set the lockout mode for you here. So when you first get it out and you hit a button, it ain't going to do nothing. So you've got to get it out, push the button, hold it down until moonlight comes on, and then you can go from there. All of your instructions and warnings, and then, of course, the all-important, see if I can get this out of the bag, magnetic charger. So USB to their proprietary magnetic charger. These things are fantastic. Love the quality of them. Love how fast they charge. Olight does a great job all the way around, from their packaging to the quality of their lights to their pricing. Just fantastic. Get some of this mess out of here. All right, now let's get down to it. So as I mentioned, you've got on turbo 1300 lumens. So you turn it on, 1, 2, 3. Triple click is your turbo. Don't double click it like you normally would for a turbo, because that is going to be your strobe. And that's only there to annoy your wife and kids. Your high, let's go ahead and scroll through. There's your high. High is 420 lumens. And then after about a minute, it's going to kick down to 100 lumens, which is what your medium is. It does have memory mode, so low, medium. Medium, 100 lumens. That'll run for 9 hours and 45 minutes. Can you believe that? And then we have low, which is 15 lumens, which will run for 55 hours. And one of my favorites is the Moonlight, which is 1 little lumen. Perfect for when you don't need a bunch of blinding light barreling back at you off of a wall or off of a book or a map that you're trying to read. You're also going to get your LED indication here of your battery strength. Let's see if I can show you that. There we go. I have about 50% battery left on mine. Told you, I've been playing with it a lot. It is a fantastic little light. Another thing that I love about the Arkfelds, that if you haven't done a flat-bodied flashlight yet, is the clip. It's perfectly centered. It's very easy to use, and it's their double bent S-clip. So yes, you can clip it onto your pocket this way, or you can clip it onto a baseball cap or something that way, so it's pointed forward. You've got a lot of different options. You've got a decent grippable surface here with these serrations that are cut into the sides. And that's something that we have seen to varying degrees of traction. On this one right here, it's a little grippier. On the Snowflake, it was a little bit smoother. This was the Christmas edition for Christmas of 2024, 6 months ago. And now we have this, which I think is a really, really handsome light. It's not overdone. It's not like the whole thing is done in the American flag. They have done that in the past, and those certainly look cool. They've done that with various warriors and things like that, and I think it's looked just fine. But I like this because it's a more subtle touch, but it's every bit as American. I dig it. There's your rotator switch, UV light, laser, white light. And that's it. Your control is in the center of that. Your on, off, and modes. Very, very simple. And there's a good look at your reflectors. So you've got a TIR optic on your white optic. You have a dimpled reflector for your UV. I guess they wanted to throw. That's strange. But that's the way they do that for the UV. And then the laser is right there in the center. Actually, it's right there. You can see it right there. Overall, when you're looking at these, you're looking at an affordable light that's not going to roll off the counter, that's not going to take up a bunch of room in your pocket, that's not going to be dramatically underpowered. Look at a lot of lights that are in this size range. They're nothing crazy. 500 lumens, 800 lumens. Couple of them are up at 1,000 lumens. There are a couple of companies out there that are way overcharging just because they too have a flat bodied light. And I agree that it's a wonderful feature and it's a reason that I'm purchasing a specific light, but to actually upcharge and to be a flat body is ridiculous this day and age. 4 years ago, sure, I get it. When that was a brand new concept and you're having to completely retool, change everything, stop your production from doing standard cylindrical bodies to make a run of a light in a flat body that you don't know if it's going to sell or not. I get that. But now it is well established across multiple brands, multiple models, and people absolutely love the form factor. So at this point, everybody should have a flat-bodied light in their selection and their offerings. So if you own a flashlight company, no matter how big your catalog is, at least make one of your lights flat and easy to carry, and you'll see exactly why we love these things as much as we do. We keep buying more. Let's face it, the Arkfeld Pro has not had a significant upgrade in 2 years, except for the Ultra, and that was just about the scratch resistance of the OAL body. All it's been for the past 2 years is different themes, different colors, different anodizing. That's it. And while there's nothing wrong with that, because obviously they're coming up with some really great ideas and some that I always feel I can't live without. I went nuts trying to get that racing stripe version. Oh my goodness. And I missed it. I was too late. And I had to trade someone else that owned that light already. I had to trade them to get that. And then I saw this and went, oh, it's the next cool Arkfeld. I was kind of hoping we were going to see a little bit of a bump, maybe 1,500 lumens, maybe bump up a few things here and there, but everything stayed the same on the inside. It only changed on the outside. So I'm hoping for 2026, maybe holiday 2026, we'll see that 1,500 or 2,000 lumen Arkfeld Pro. That would be fantastic. But if they don't, honestly, it's not going to kill me. It's not one of those things where I'll look at the website and go, oh man, they're still not upgrading it. Well, I don't need another Arkfeld. No, I don't ever think that. I go, hey, that's really cool. I could always use another Arkfeld because I will talk myself into crap all day long, especially with Olight, because there is always a good choice, always. Now, I'm not sure what emitter they're using in here because Olight typically does not list if it's a Nichia, if it's an SST, if it's Samsung. I really don't know. What I do know is this is running at the 5,700 to 6,700K cool white temp. I'm more of a neutral white guy. They make a neutral white that's 4,000 to 5,000K. And I don't know if you're going to be getting a choice on that in the future or not, or you're just going to get what they send you. But I tend to like having a little bit more depth perception, which you get that with a slightly warmer or neutral light. The cooler white you get, the more you start getting off into blue, the flatter everything looks at a distance. And it's just not the most natural looking. Although when you go into the cool whites like this will appear to be brighter than it actually is. You could probably compare this to a 1,500 lumen light, and it may look similar in its beam because it is such a bright, crisp, bright white. There's always that. So if you're thinking to yourself, do I need another Arkfeld? Oh my God. Well, that's really up to you. If you can look at this and resist it for whatever reason, then no, you don't need another one. If you're like me and you saw that and went, yeah, man, that's kind of cool. I kind of need that. Regardless of Independence Day coming up, I still think it's really cool. So for me, it was a winner. I loved the look, and I already knew how much I'd like the performance. Now, it's not worth it for me to go out right now and do more night beam shots because I have beat the Arkfeld Pro to death. I have made so many videos on this light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to steal a little bit of footage from one of my previous reviews, possibly here on the Snowflake, and show you just how bright and effective and useful this light really is. Because this is not just good for lighting up stuff at a distance. This is a really great light for just kind of lighting up your path as you're walking. The example I tend to fall back on is walking your dog at night, because there are a lot of people that share that experience. They know what that's like. And if you're able to light up the pathway around you without having to keep moving back and forth doing this, you've got a nice spread, you've got a nice beam pattern, you should be able to see everything in front of you nice and easy, and then a little ways up ahead. It's exactly what this does, and it does it really, really, really well. It's not an obscene thrower because it's not meant to be. It's not an extremely overpowered light because it's not meant to be. It's meant to be an EDC light. It's meant to be carried every single day, all day long, regardless of whether you think you're going to need it or not. So it's tucked away, out of the way, where you barely feel that you have it in your pocket. That small form factor allows for that. That means you're going to carry this every day, and one day when you're just going to need it. You're going to drop something, it's going to land on the floor of the car, it's going to roll under the seat, and after a few minutes of cursing and pulling over to the side of the road, you may not be able to see under the seat. So you've got your strobe light. Why am I doing this? Okay. You've got your flashlight so that you can see. And honestly, 80% of the time, that's what my lights get used for. Every now and then, okay, maybe I'm bringing the trash bin in from outside because my wife is yelling at me that trash day was 2 days ago, yet I still haven't brought the bin in. And when does she choose to nag at you? Well, always after dinner, of course. The sun has gone down, it's dark, and the frogs are out, and the crickets, and all that. And it sounds all pretty with nature, but yet you don't want to go out there because you're tired. You may not be fully dressed at that point. You've kind of relaxed after dinner. It's a little bit on the chilly side. And it's friggin' dark. Man, I don't want to go out there and step on a snake or a shark or what other predators may be in my front yard on my driveway. I want to see where I'm going. I don't want, maybe my neighbor decided to walk over here with their dog and they pooped in my driveway. I don't want to step in that either. I'm more likely to step on that than on a shark. So I've got my flashlight. If I need something out of the garage at night, boom, that's where I'm going. I'm bringing a flashlight with me. I have flashlights in every part of my house, just in case of emergencies. The power company screws up and then shuts the power off for a couple hours. They're doing construction and they knock down a transformer. There goes the power for a half a day. I've got all my emergency flashlights set up. And one of the neat things about this one is this is a great emergency flashlight. I can prop this up anywhere in the house. It'll stand up on end, turn it on, shoot the beam of light at the ceiling, and have a gentle cascading light effect throughout the whole room. This is just one of those lights that does absolutely everything. And, as I've mentioned before, you've got the UV light. You know what the UV light's for. It's for making sure you never sleep well in a hotel room ever again. Once you have seen where all of those stains are, it's going to send a shiver down your spine. You're going to make sure you're wearing shoes the entire time you're walking on the carpet in that hotel room. You're going to damn sure make sure you don't sleep on top of the comforter, because that only gets cleaned every now and then. And you're going to double and triple check those sheets and the handset on the phone and the knob on the water faucet in the bathroom. Oh, yeah. You're going to start to become obsessed with that UV light. Oh, brother. So see what kind of interesting things you could uncover the next time you stay at a Holiday Inn with your Arkfeld Pro. And that should be their tagline. That should be a commercial. That should be an ad for the Arkfeld Pro right there. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. If it's all about the looks for you too, let me know. Does Olight need to update the performance of the light to make you buy another one? Or are you perfectly happy like I am with the current performance, or if they make another really cool anodized body with just the right pattern on it, that you're going to buy that too? Let me know down in the comments below, and I will see you on the next video. Okay, here we go. It's time to see what the Arkfeld Pro does in the dark. So let's find a good spot to start. I believe we're on low. Let's see. Okay, there's our low, medium, high. Triple click to turbo. So as I mentioned, you don't have a tremendous amount of throw. You're going to see a good distance in front of you. So let's use this for an example. That box right there, that I think it's an electrical box of some sort. That's about 150 feet away. Now I'm able to see that. I can see the outline and shape of it, but I can't positively ID what that is. If that were an animal, I'd basically be lighting up its eyes, and I might be able to see a little bit of the shape of its body, but not enough to positively ID if it was a threat or not. Same thing with a two-legged animal. I'd be able to see if there was a person sitting there, but I couldn't tell if they were a threat or not. So might want to have something with a bit more throw if that's what you're going to be prioritizing. Now for me, I look at it like this. I'm outside, I'm wandering around. Honestly, I just want to make sure I don't step on a friggin' snake or a scorpion or something else like that. And for that purpose, this is perfect. There's my entire driveway. The entire width is almost completely lit up as I'm walking down it. And that's exactly what I want. So this is my good walking the trail light. I have woods and a lake out behind my house. So if I had to go out there for some reason, not that I'd be a big fan of going out in the woods in the middle of the night, but if I had to, I would. And this would give me plenty of performance to do what I need to do. There's the laser. See if I can shine the laser onto my house here. We can see that. You can have a little rave out in your front yard. Back to the flashlight. So for my purposes, this does pretty much everything I want it to do. If I know I'm just going to be walking to my car from a concert at night, and I just want to light up the pathway in front of me and not blind everybody that's walking along with me out to the parking area, then this is an excellent choice. But for the times where I may be out on the water, I may be going out to the lake, may have to go out deeper into the woods, or I'm out in a field and I've got to look for something out in a field, I'm going to grab one of my more high-powered lights that are made for those sorts of things. And if I have to see something that's 300, 400, 500 meters away, I'm going to grab one of my many lights that will do those things as well. But they're bigger, they're bulkier. They're not a flat-bodied light. They're not the kind of light that's going to do everything that I need them to do. They're going to be overpowered for most things. Or just cumbersome. I don't want to carry a big giant light just to do simple, basic things. If I want to see if there's a sniper up in that tree, well, you know, an owl that may come down and attack me, this is more than ample. And that tree is a good 30, 35 feet tall. That's all I really need. So that's why I have become a huge fan of the Arkfeld Pro. And no matter what happens, I always have a couple in my collection at all times. Because it's a fantastic light that does everything I want it to do. I have the extra features. No, I don't really ever use the laser, except to aggravate my cat. And as far as the UV goes, this is what I'm doing with the UV. I'm generally charging up one of my watches right before bed. So now I can see what time it is. Oop, come on. Camera no likey to focus. Okay. Anything more hardcore, I'm going to have a more hardcore light. That's why I have so many different lights. But this one, man, it's just so easy to carry. It's slim. It's lightweight. I've got the whole magnetic charging thing, so it's really easy to live with. And it does everything I want it to do. That's why I am a huge fan of the Arkfeld Pro. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you as always for joining me, and I'll see you on the next video.